5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ready.
Just relax and enjoy the ride.
In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. In crowd, 815. 815.
Really interesting to me, Tom, how trauma dumping is far more socially acceptable when it's done through song. I'm Greg. He's Tom. This is your In Crowd 815 podcast for the 7th day of March. It's March, the year 2026, the latest it has ever been, my friend.
In the history of mankind. Did you say trauma dumping?
Trauma dumping, yeah.
Isn't that, it'd be like a song by a group called Garbage or something, right?
Pretty much every other song that Taylor Swift has put out. That's
Oh, hey.
just a guess.
Taylor Swift, I'm a Swiftie. Come on now.
I'm
Talking bad about my girl.
not bashing it. I'm just calling it like I see it. That's all. It's not a slam.
I figure she's coming out with a new album in the next couple of years. Travis is gone. It's all Travis's fault.
I think they get married first, though. I think they actually do get married first, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Well,
No, you know what? She's a pretty savvy gal, and I think he's a pretty smart guy. I think if they get married, it's for keeps. I do. They've gone out now for 3 or 4 years, 5 years, whatever. You get maybe one of the richest women in the world.
Oh yeah,
And you're marrying, and it's not about money. But it's about
Incredibly
what
business
that
savvy.
brings.
very smart.
Yes, it's about the fact that she knows life. She knows what she's doing. She's smart as a whip. You don't let something like that. Plus she's beautiful. And that's all secondary.
That's all.
Looks, forget that. It's all secondary. It's and I think honestly, because she pours so much emotion into her songs and into her life and into her concerts, and she takes care of the little guy at concerts. A great story. I won't share it here because there's no point. Everybody's heard it where she stopped to take care of a young girl. That's the kind of stuff that relationships are made of. It's honesty, and it's and because she pours so much emotion into what she does, I think she'll pour that kind of emotion into her marriage. And I think Travis Kelce will probably respond to that. So I see them making it for a long, long time.
I do too. I actually agree with you. We got some business to take care of before we get to 3. Count them, 1, 2, 3 guests today. We're going to hear from Amy Chatfield at Advice Marketing. We're going to talk with Karen Lane from the Stateline Nurses Network in just in a little bit. We're going to chat with Stu. I hear he's called No Lips. Stu No Lips Johnson from the Rock and Roll Institute. We'll find out what that's all about coming up. But first, didn't even come up on the screen, did it? Our big number of the week this week is 71.9 billion.
Okay, so do you see what it says above that? 716.9 billion. You threw me there. That's not fair.
Yeah, that's
I'm
AI.
like, wait a minute.
That's AI screwing up. See, so that's
Sure. When in doubt, blame AI. Sure.
I glanced at it and said, "Oh, that must be right." Our current score is Tom 1, Greg 2 in our race to 10. Tom handily beat me in our last race to 10, so that's he neither here nor there. But which one is it this week? Is it? See this? Wait, time out. The big number in the middle is the one that's wrong. The actual number is 716.9 billion.
Okay.
Wow. Let's just completely.
Okay. So then when I went through, I didn't look it up, of course, but when I went through and did it, I'm thinking, I thought it was 71.9. I thought the 716.9 because there's a question mark in front of that other thing. So that looked like it was all screwed up to begin with.
So here's the correct one, 716.9 billion. 716.9 billion. Title or teeth? Put your guess in the comments and let us know.
All right, that's going to change my answer. I'm going to send you a new one.
Okay.
All
right.
I'm going opposite of what I said.
Totally acceptable.
Okay. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's okay.
Yep.
I will.
Okay, we got tons to get to today, so let's get to our first guest before we go down any more bunny trails, because we don't have time for bunny trails today so much. We got some guests to chat to. The Rock and Roll Institute is one of the coolest things in Rockford that I know very little about, but I know it's cool because I've seen a bunch of stuff that they've done. We're going to show some YouTube videos if Stu don't mind. Stu Johnson is with the Rock and Roll Institute, and he joins us now from his. Well, I don't know, where are you today, Stu?
With his cat.
Are you in the lovely?
I have no
city of
mic.
Rockford?
Hello.
There you go. I hear
I
you.
don't think he can hear us.
No mic.
Can you hear us?
Oh no,
I have headphones. I was just talking to you guys.
he heard us earlier. What happened? My volume is up. Let's reboot, Stu. Reboot, Stu. Let's try this again. Boom. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Well, sometimes you got to reboot. We'll just see if a reboot works.
We could talk some rock and roll music. That'd be
Are
awesome.
you there? Are you there, Stu? Are you there? That mic is currently. Let's see. All right, we'll have to have him reboot because something's not working right. But that's okay. We'll get it fixed out. And in the meantime, let's bring on Karen. All right, Karen's ready. Oh, hold on a second, Karen. Hold on. Stu's trying one more time. Let's see if he can hear us this time. Are you there now, Stu? Are we good? Are you good? You can't hear us?
I have no sound.
No
Weird.
sound. Oh no. Oh no. All right. Well, we're gonna go with Karen, and we'll come back to Stu. Karen, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Welcome to the technology we call podcasting.
Yes.
How are you doing today?
I'm wonderful. How about you guys?
Awesome. Thanks for joining us and being a part of the In Crowd 815 podcast.
Thank you.
We want to know a little bit about you before we get into your organization. So tell us a little bit about Karen. Are you a native Rockfordian?
I am not. I hail from the Elgin area, but met my husband online and he worked out here. So nurses can go anywhere. My husband's job could not. So I came here to Rockford, I don't know, 25 years ago. And then about 16 years ago, I graduated from nursing school after being inspired by some family members to become a nurse. So over a decade.
Okay.
My family members have inspired me to become a millionaire, and it still hasn't worked. I don't.
I'm
I don't
sorry.
Get it. That's okay. It's all right.
And if you believe that, he has a hospital to sell you.
That's right.
So
It's in
a lot of
Florida.
times when I talk to folks who've gotten into the medical industry, it seems to me more than half, somewhere around the 50 to 55% of them did so because of a family member that had an illness that really inspired them to want to cure that. Is that kind of your story too?
No, actually, my great grandmother was a nurse, and just a very kind, caring soul, and worked up into her 90s in a veterans home, and then lived to be over 100. And I thought, if this is what I need to fulfill my heart to live a long life, then this is what I'm going to do.
Okay. Well, before we get into your current career, you said you grew up in the Elgin area. So what high school did you go to?
Actually, high school, I went to Rock Falls, Stateline. Yeah.
Okay. So what was the mascot at the Rock Falls?
They are the Rockets.
They are the Rock Falls Rockets.
Yes.
All right. So we can't really bash on Rockets, can we, Tom? That's not something we can pick on.
No.
I don't think there's anything to pick on with a rocket, is there?
Mm-mm.
We're all afraid of rockets. Don't mess. And then your college was.
So I went to Olivet Nazarene in Bourbonnais for my bachelor's and my master's degree.
Awesome. Okay. And Olivet, of course, is the olives, and no one's afraid of olives either.
They're not the olives, but that's okay.
I don't remember what Olivet's mascot was for their team.
I don't know.
I don't remember either. I'm not sure. Anyway, all right. So you go to college, you get your degree, you get your master's, and your current work situation. Have you been in the same place a long time, or have you been bouncing around different hospitals and clinics? What has your career arc been like?
No, actually, I was raised by my grandparents, and longevity in the workplace was a big deal to them. They wanted that gold watch at 20 years, or, just the esteem to say that you've been with the same company for a long time. And so I've been with the same house system for over 20 years.
Okay, that's awesome.
Do you
That's
think you're getting a gold watch when you retire?
yeah. Hey, who
I don't
knows?
mean to spark any controversy, but that gold watch thing, I don't know. More of a rumor than anything else. I think you're better off just going to Walmart and buying one of those nice gold ones. They're like $29.95. Be a nice little watch. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'll shut up now.
No, no,
It's
no, no,
okay.
no, no. So, being a nurse these days, I'm sure you have tons of stories and things that you could on all over the spectrum, different things that you've seen over the years. Is there a story that you one of your most positive stories? Let's go there. What is one of your most like positive success stories you can tell about nursing somebody that that kept you on cloud nine for a month or a year because something great happened? Is there any of those you can share?
So actually, before I was a nurse, I was a paramedic, and I worked up towards the Elgin area. And one day we just saw a car pull off the side of the road and put on their emergency flashers. And normally we don't stop for that. But I just said to my partner, I was like, I don't know, something doesn't look right. Let's pull over, just check. And the lady was trying to drive to the hospital birthing a baby. And she was driving and, trying to take care of all of that. And the hospital was only maybe a mile down the road, but on the side of the road, we helped her birth her baby, and
Oh,
took her to
wow.
the hospital the rest of the way. And she was had a very beautiful baby girl.
Oh, amazing.
Did she name it
Um,
Karen?
No, I think
Oh,
it was
man.
Mary.
Well, that's a
oh,
good name, too.
well, that gives me a natural spot to congratulate my niece who just had twins this week. She was due in April with twins, and of course twins. So ended up having to C-section them twins out on oh gosh, 2 nights ago. So everyone's doing okay. Everyone's so far.
Congratulations
Yeah.
to her.
Yes, two little girls added to the family. So tell us a little bit about what the Stateline Nurses Network is and does, and why was this formed here? What's all about the Stateline Nurses Network?
Yeah, so the Stateline Nurses Network and the Nurses Expo were a group of professional nurses who've been around since about 2012, and we seek to advance the profession of nursing through networking, continuing education, and professional development. And one of our big things is that we have a nursing expo that you see there on the screen. It is the largest and longest running nursing conference in Northern Illinois and Southern Wisconsin. We are in our 44th consecutive year.
Ooh, amazing. So, I guess what kind of stuff happens at a nurses expo that causes nurses to want to go to this? And is this something that a nurse's employer will normally pay for them to go to, or is this something that they're doing personally for their own profession?
So, both. We have group discounts, so bring your whole team and come on down. Individuals, students can attend at a different rate. Um, Healthcare systems can pay for employees to come. They can also pay to exhibit at our event. So they can have a table set up and have a little swag to give away, and maybe they do some recruiting while they're there. But the main reason that people come to the Nurses Expo is continuing education hours. Nurses all over the United States are required to renew their license, and in some states, like Illinois, we have to have certain requirements of hours to renew our license. And this year is a renewal year. Our speakers on dementia, communication, gender diversity, and autism, to name a few, will be covering most of the Illinois nursing requirements for 2026.
Nice. Look at all these sponsors too. You got a lot of support for this expo.
Yes, absolutely. And it keeps coming in. So we are very blessed to have all of these networking opportunities available to us. Students are able to present posters about projects that they have completed during their nursing education. We give away nursing awards both to groups or companies and individual nurses. We have scholarships available for all levels of nursing if you're just getting into your first nursing license or if you're going on to get your PhD or doctorate. We also have raffles, awards, poster presentation. It's a jam-packed day. We say 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and you will not stop moving the entire time.
I'm looking at this thinking you need 2 or 3 days to handle all this.
Yeah, we get it all in 7 to 5.
Well, if someone wants to attend this, let's see if I can put the, usually this technology lets me put the chat or the link right into the chat. So if this lets me do
Awesome.
this will go out over, there we go. So if you're watching us on Twitch, Rumble, Facebook, or YouTube, you should be able to see this link pop up on the comments there and be able to click on it and go directly to this page.
Yes.
All the updates here.
And the registration can be done there on that on our webpage, or if you're having any technical difficulties, our amazing administrative assistant Patty would be happy to help you if you just gave her a ring.
And you're going to be at the BMO this year.
Yes, we are running out of space. We have to meet certain requirements for the continuing education. We have to have walls between the exhibitors and the speakers, so there's no conflicts. And so we are running out of space. So this year we're going big or go home. We're going to the BMO.
Wow. Check
Wow.
that out. So Nurses Expo 2026 at the BMO, Friday, April 24th. And it looks like some deadlines for
Yes.
stuff is March 27th.
Yes. So scholarship deadlines, nursing award deadlines, and the poster presentation abstracts need to be in by March 27th.
Okay.
And all of those links and forms are available on our website.
Awesome. You might have said this in case I missed it. Is this something that aspiring nurses might want to go to, or is this really just for nurses currently in the industry?
No, absolutely not. We have chiropractors attend, midwives, doulas, doctors, any healthcare providers, social workers, anyone is available to attend. And honestly, we have a spectacular lineup across the healthcare industry. And so we can really meet anyone's needs, but we only offer continuing education for nurses.
Sure. Okay. Well, this looks like, I mean, I assumed this was going to be a fairly large event, but holy cow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Holy cow.
We also have some other upcoming events that we're currently working on. After Nurses Expo in June, we're going to do a Vietnam nurses storytelling for the 250th quincentennial. We also have a pain conference coming up in November. And then we have set the date for Nurses Expo 45, and that'll be in April of 2027, as well as we do ongoing support groups and organizational walks throughout the community. So check out our website and keep up to date with our Facebook page, because that's where all of our events are posted.
Okay, this might sound like a really strange question, but that's what I'm kind of good at, I think.
Okay.
Why would somebody not want to be a member of the Stateline Nurses Network? I mean, this looks like something that if you're a nurse, it's kind of I hate using the words no brainer, but it kind of feels that way. Why wouldn't somebody want to join the Stateline Nurses Network?
You know, I ask myself that question every day. I'll meet a new nurse and I'll be like, hey, do you know about the Stateline Nurses Network? And they're like, huh? And I'm like, no, this organization, you got to join. It's only $20. And they're just like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, no, I have to tell you. So I don't know why people don't join, but it's a wonderful organization and we help people all throughout the community. We also support other nursing organizations in the community, like the Nurse Honor Guard, who goes out to funerals of nurses to honor them for their career. We have several people on that supporting that organization as well. So it's a great networking organization.
Well, you seem incredibly organized, and this is, if I wasn't the kind of person who really doesn't want to deal with blood, I might want to be a nurse now. But this is very inspirational. If somebody becomes a member of the Stateline Nurses Network, are there like volunteer opportunities or other community type events that you encourage the members to do or take part of?
Absolutely. Like I said, several of our members go out with the Nurse Honor Guard to funerals. We wrap presents at Rock House Kids. We do the nursing support group, and there is no minimum requirement for volunteer hours in our organization. It's, we give a lot as nurses, and self and family come first. So we just offer a lot of opportunities to our membership to grow our organization and get out there in the community. And we're not just nurses in hospitals, but we support our community also.
Awesome. Anything that we did not ask you about today that you want to make sure we talk about at the Stateline Nurses Network? Because I hit the questions I definitely wanted to ask you.
Oh, yeah. So if you register for Stateline Nurses Network by April 1st, you will also receive a t-shirt for attending the Nurses Expo. These are shirts from years past, but we have a new design for this year about empowering the future of nursing. So get your registration in by April 1st. But if you're not able to get it in by April 1st, you are still welcome to attend Nurses Expo. You just may not receive a t-shirt.
All right, show us again the t-shirts. I had you on a tinier screen before.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, we lost the camera.
Oh, there we are.
Here you go.
So this is two of the shirts from previous years, but this year's theme is empowering the future of nurses.
Awesome.
So to get the t-shirt, you need to register by April 1st.
Okay. So April, you got till April 1st. Hopefully you're watching this before April 1st and you can get registered and be a part of this awesome thing. This is, Tom, I'm constantly surprised. Why am I still surprised of all these amazing organizations that we have here in the 815 area when I meet new people? This is
okay. I don't know, because it sounds like a very worthwhile. Here's the thing I want to say. The only thing I'll say is people don't realize it. We've heard this before, but people don't really realize how much a nurse puts into the whole process from start to finish. Hi, I'm your nurse. I'm going to be with you, this and that. Doctor comes in, zip, 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 does his thing, her thing, whatever. And that's wonderful. But nurses are there from the beginning. They're there at the end, all through it. And I think nurses don't get enough credit. And I can't stand when somebody says, oh, these nurses make too much money. And they say the same thing about doctors. We only say that when we're mad because we've got to pay a bill. Okay, but when they're fixing us up, when they're bandaging us, when they're there for us, holding our hand during a surgery or whatever, then we appreciate them. Same thing happens with lawyers too. We hate them until we need them. But anyway, I have your new logo here. I don't know if you could see it. No, crap. Stateline Nurses.
Love it. Love it.
Little beep,
There you
beep,
go.
beep.
Yep.
There you go. Tom's becoming a graphic designer now. Look out, everybody.
Well, I'm graphic, that's for sure. I don't know about a designer.
Oh, that's
Anyway,
awesome.
it's just inspiration hit me. I thought that was kind of cool. So,
well, we definitely want to encourage everybody to check out the website, statelinenurses.org. Again, we've got the link in the chat. If you're in the comments, if you're on Twitch, Rumble, Facebook, or YouTube, if you're watching on Spotify later, it should be in the description of this episode of the In Crowd 815 podcast, which, by the way, is episode 309. That's right, 309th episode today. Next week will be 310 when we learn about the Pegasus Special Riders and the Rockford Ravens rugby team. It's a not-for-profit, kids. We're going to talk about that.
it's a good thing him and I like each other. Going back to radio, terrestrial radio, which was what we started this whole thing back in, what was it, 2013?
2013. Yeah,
2007 for me when I started back at ROK. But we've been doing this every Saturday morning for 16 years now.
amazing.
Wow.
Amazing.
That's crazy.
All right.
That's
We're going to
crazy.
play a little transition trivia and see. Amy, did you want to join us on this? She's got the heads up. So let's get everybody on the screen and see if we can hear
All
from
right.
Stu. Transition trivia. Here we go.
It's time for Tom's Trivia Challenge on the In Crowd 815 podcast. Good luck.
There we go.
All right, as my dogs are
Here we go. My
barking
little
in the
helper,
background.
Snoopy, every week.
Can we hear you
There
now,
we go.
Stu?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There
Awesome.
you go.
All right, we're back.
What's up, Amy Chatfield?
Hello, Sue.
Amy Darren Chatfield.
You guys
Awesome,
know
awesome.
each other. That's good.
All right, Tom.
You're right.
We got 7 questions of Tom's trivia. My goal every week is to try to get 4. I feel good about myself the rest of the weekend if we can, at least as a team, get 4 of these answers together. So let's brain power up this thing. All right.
Dude, you could have kept that guitar. You could have sung your answers.
Yeah, you don't want to hear. No one wants to hear that noise.
Okay. All right.
Game on, Tom.
Game on. Here we go. Here we go. All right. First and foremost, I'll tell you all the same thing I tell everybody. These questions are not designed to make you feel stupid. These questions are designed for you to think a little bit, maybe challenge the brain a little bit, but they're all common knowledge questions. All of them are. None of them is like, what is my grandmother's maiden name? Seiferman, by the way. So if the question ever comes up, now you know. All right, here we go. Here we go. Question number 1. Death in the Afternoon is a cocktail consisting of champagne and absinthe. Sounds yummy. Huh? No. What famous lost generation writer invented this drink? Was it Ernest Hemingway or John?
Ooh.
Once again, Death in the Afternoon is a cocktail consisting of champagne and absinthe. What famous lost generation writer invented this drink? Ernest Hemingway or John Steinbeck?
Lost generation writer.
I'm going Hemingway.
Who's a lost generation writer? I'm not familiar with that term. Lost
Well,
generation
he
writer.
wrote, I believe he wrote, I think he wrote the book Lost Generation, or he was in the Lost Generation when he wrote it, or something like that.
Apparently.
Hemingway was a whiskey man.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Okay, let's try the Steinbeck.
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 Ernest Hemingway.
Oh
Ernest
no!
Hemingway.
We are.
He was quite the absinthe drinker.
Yeah, he was a drinker of just pretty much anything you put in front of him, I think.
Probably
Oh,
anything.
man.
Yeah, he was. I think he died an alcoholic at the age of 12 or something. I don't know. I'm kidding. Okay, here we go. Daylight savings time starts tonight, much to the chagrin of many, including me. I hate it. When did daylight savings time start in the United States? Was it 1888 or 1918? Once again, daylight savings time starts tonight.
18.
1918.
And I would stop you right
I'm
there
feeling
because you're correct.
All right.
Yep, 1918.
All
Very good.
right.
All right, we're back on the road. Back on the right track. All right, which car manufacturer makes the Infiniti? All right, this is a hint. It is a luxury
Nissan.
division of a particular automaker. Is it
Yeah.
Nissan or Toyota?
Nissan.
Somebody said what?
Nissan.
Nissan is correct.
Nissan.
Very good.
Nissan.
Nissan.
I owned a Nissan.
Woohoo!
I loved it.
Look
I
at
loved
you.
it. It was a Nissan Maxima.
Oh.
All right. This one here. Ugh, man, no one's going to get this. I'm so sorry for this one. The Chicago Bears just traded one of their offensive weapons to the Buffalo Bills, along with a 5th-round draft choice in exchange for a 2nd-rounder. Who did they trade? Stu?
DJ Moore.
DJ Moore is
DJ
correct.
Moore.
Did any of you know
Bye-bye,
that?
DJ
Anybody
Moore.
else?
That's
All right.
Easy.
There we go. No, no,
Hey, you never put that sign near me. Never mind. Put it up. Wow, that's high praise. Oh yeah, and it's upside down. Okay, there we go. I don't know much. Okay.
All
Here's
right. Now,
question
what's
number
this?
5. We're doing all right. You guys are 3 and 1. Question number 5. Frosted Flakes are great. Lucky Charms are magically delicious. What's breakfast of champions?
Wheaties.
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 Once again,
Wheaties. We got our 4.
Wheaties
We
is
got our
correct.
4.
Do
Woo!
we know why? Do we
You
know
got
why
your 4.
cornflakes were made?
Why were cornflakes
Do you know?
made?
Do you know why? Do you know why?
No.
They were to prevent masturbation. They were a cereal for abstinence. It's true. It's a weird long thing. It's the maker.
Get all your vitamins so that you stop it. You knock back up.
I don't know what the whole. It's like some old cereal shit. I don't know.
Well,
There's a story there for sure.
I used to
Some
eat
dude in
cornflakes all the time when I was a kid, and I'm telling you, I'm going to leave it right there. I'm leaving it right there.
In other words.
All right. All right.
4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. 2 more.
Much like my uncle, didn't work. Just kidding. All right. Number 6. Which came first? Subway sandwiches or Jimmy John's?
Ooh.
I want to say Subway, but maybe Jimmy
Subway.
John's was just a smaller sub sandwich.
yeah, this feels like a trick.
Jimmy
I'm going
John's.
Subway.
Subway.
I'm going Jimmy John's.
All right. Well, let's go with the majority here. Subway. Subway in 1965 and 1983 in Charleston, Illinois. The story about Subway is 65 is when it was first created, 68 when they incorporated and got themselves going, probably whatever, and then 74 when they started franchising. So, and then Jimmy John's 83. I just had Jimmy John's last night. I love Jimmy John's. I like Subway too. All right,
like
you guys are
turkey club,
5-1. You've got an opportunity to go 6-1 or 5-2, both respectable scores. Here we go. Question number 7 is local trivia. We always do Rockford trivia. So here we go. When did the first Walmart store open in the Rockford area? Hint, it was not the Supercenter. And it was and is still the Northridge store. That was the very first one in the Rockford area. Technically, I believe it's Loves Park. But anyway, so was it 93, 95, or 98?
Ooh.
I'm going 98.
I'll go 98 too.
Anybody
I
else?
don't know. I think it was before 98. Because I want to say they cleared out that whole land in 93, 94, and they got it built by 95. I don't know. That, I mean, it just seems like it's been there longer than in 98. I was working at WQFL radio at the time, and I was driving around there a lot, and I want to say it was built before 98.
You're probably right. It was probably 95.
I could be wrong. I'm feeling 95 more than 98.
Okay, I will give you the answer here. All right, it was April 30th,
we're all wrong, aren't we?
1993. All right, yeah, and then
It was
in 2000,
Wow.
and then in 2001, I believe it was, they closed it up for a little while. I mean, just while they made it a superstore. So there you go. All right, 5-2, very respectable. Very respectable.
Nice job, everybody. Nice job.
Nice job.
Well, Karen,
Nice
we're going to
job.
let you go about your weekend. You've already fulfilled your duties as an In-Crowd 815 podcast guest. So thank you so much.
Thank
for
you.
jumping in while we were fixing Stu's technical issues. You have a great rest of your weekend. Amy will take you off camera for a while as we chat with Stu about Rock and Roll Institute, okay?
Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you, Karen.
Is that-
All right, Stu, you are up, my friend. How you doing today now that technical issues are better?
Yeah. Long story.
That's okay. That's okay. It happens. What's weird is that we had you on before the show and everything was fine and dandy. We were chatting just fine. So it's odd
It's totally my fault. It's a long story. This is also my work computer, so I literally switched inputs and I just didn't switch it back. I was like, I wasn't even thinking about it. So I was trying to kill 20 minutes, get some work done, and that's messed the whole thing up, which sounds about like me.
Makes well, Stu, we got to find out a little bit about you before we get into Rock and Roll Institute. So, are you a native Rockfordian? You've been here your whole life, or where did you grow up?
I moved here when I was 12. 12 when I moved here. I lived here a little bit in I don't know, when I was really young. And then I lived in Wisconsin. I lived in northern Wisconsin with my mother. And then after she passed away, I moved here when I was 12. So I basically, yeah, I mean, kind of pretty much been here 30 years or 40, whatever. I'm 45. So that's 33 years, I guess. So pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
I don't need a map to get around if that helps. So yeah.
You know the streets.
Yeah.
Which high school?
Harlem Huskies.
Harlem Huskies. All right.
88.
We're the same age. I'm a class of 88 too. I just didn't go to Harlem. I'm a Wisconsin guy.
You probably got a better education.
I don't know. Maybe not. That's hard to say. Public school in Wisconsin was okay to me. I was happy with it.
Where'd you go? Where are you getting from Wisconsin?
Muskego.
Okay.
Yeah.
My education in Wisconsin had me at pretty much at college level when I came back here in 8th grade. So I was, graduated level 2 diploma here because of my Wisconsin education, public education. They really had me. Yeah, they really had me well ahead of the curve here in Illinois. So it's kind of nice. I love Wisconsin. Still do. Still kind of call it home in my heart.
Okay. Well, see, Tom, he's not a Packers fan, but he loves Wisconsin. So
that's why I'm not a Packers. That's why I'm not a Packers fan, because my whole family are Packers fans. And then my adopted father was a Bears fan, and then I had to hear it from this family up there, and so I just picked a side, and I picked the losing side, but it's a little late to get off that horse.
You joined my son in that realm. It's like, why did you go into peer pressure? Just because all your friends are Bear fans doesn't mean you have to join them.
I know.
That's okay.
I could have saved myself decades of misery and heartache.
Well, there's a whole different kind of misery and heartache as Packers fans. We always
That's true. Again,
always bridesmaid, never the bride.
Very generous team gives away a lot of championships every few years.
That's right. Well, Rock and Roll Institute, this, if nothing else, has the best name of any organization in Rockford. So tell us about the foundations of the Rock and Roll Institute. How did this come about?
So in I think it was 2002 or 2003, I can't quite remember. I was approached by the administrative head at Keith Country Day. God bless him, wonderful school.
Yeah.
And asked if I was giving private lessons at the time, and asked if I would be interested in putting together some sort of camp for young musicians. And I said, sure. And then we started it, and as we were beginning to get it formed out, she said, Donna Gomez said, what are the chances of you giving a concert on Friday if we start on Monday? I was like, I don't even know if that's even possible at all. And, but it was, and I think we had I think we had 2 bands the first year. And then as we've kind of gone, it's slowly gathered steam. And now we're up to 10 bands and playing the hard rock. And, it's become this wonderful, amazing, beautiful thing that I'm truly deeply, deeply proud of. And all the instructors and we just have a really good community of musicians and young people. And, like a lot of non-traditional musicians, they don't fit into bands at school or jazz band or traditional band, and they need an outlet. And so what my goal is to remove all the obstacles, to get them on stage as quick as possible, to get rid of finding a practice space, to finding bands, to doing merch and posters and getting people through the door. Let me just get all that out of the way. Let me get you from starting a band on Monday to playing a show on Friday. And then if you fall in love with that performance aspect of it, or that, feeling seen and feeling heard, then I'm kind of the belief that you will go back and then do the work and do more of the practicing, because so many of our young people that show up have very little skill at all. They'll, so I've had children and young people show up with their styrofoam still in their guitar, in their cardboard case, never played at all. And we get them ready, and then they play a show on Friday. And a lot of my children are they're marginalized children. They don't fit in. They don't have a peer group. They're trans or LGBT. They're on the spectrum. They're the outliers. They're people like myself when I was young. And this gives them a safe place where we nurture their differences. We respect their differences. We encourage them to be uniquely themselves. And they pick the songs. The children pick the songs. The children pick the band names. The graphic artists are young people that are assigned to them. They're other children. So the children make the graphic arts. The children do the production. It is an entirely youth-driven program from start to finish. And it happens 5 weeks out of the year. And every single week is a completely new week. So it's
5 weeks a year.
Yep.
That's awesome. That seems ambitious. I'm sure some people are like, what? 5 times a year you're doing this, but you could honestly, with the number of kids that you've experienced and come in contact with, you could probably do this 12 times a year.
Yeah, it's well, I guess the biggest thing is yeah, I mean, if it was up to me, I'd do it 52 weeks a year.
Right?
I think the biggest thing about it is that it's such a condensed music program, and often with traditional music programs, the children don't get to pick their songs, and so they'll lose interest pretty quickly.
Yeah.
You're doing whatever, some little traditional row your boat or swing house swing, and it's just like, and they just really get disillusioned with music. When we allow them to pick the songs, they stay more engaged. And then the condensed time adds a lot of chaos, and it is very, very high intensity. But because of that, you see the growth very quickly. You'll see a child that'll come in on Monday in black clothes with no peer group, sitting quietly, and then on Friday they're playing their song and they'll get the roar of the crowd, and you'll literally see them sit up straight and like feel seen and feel heard. And for many of those children, that is the first time they have felt heard or have felt seen. They have been bullied, they have been pushed around, and they have been never felt like they had a peer group or anybody that loved them. And then you get 600 people in a club or 1,000 people at the Hard Rock all cheering you on. It gives them a sense of confidence and a sense of of being seen, being heard. It's truly a wonderful thing to be a part of. I'm
This
really
is this is really cool. While you're talking, all the thing that keeps popping through my head is one of my favorite movies of all time, School of Rock.
right.
I mean, it
is.
just all these puzzle pieces fit together. That was such a great movie. But you don't have to hide it. You don't have to play that you're Ned Schneebly, That is
No,
so cool. I absolutely love this because everybody in that movie was somewhat marginalized to a degree. Not everybody, but Freddie the drummer, But
well,
but it was just
50%
as
of our,
cool. It's kind of reminded me of that.
a little less than 50%, 47% of our students are young women. And I think for a lot of young women in music, at least when I grew up, being an older person, it was more of an anomaly. And now it is the regular. And we have, our co-executive director, Jessica Dobson. She's a woman. Our president is a woman. So we encourage, we're finding women that are teachers, and so there's representation. And I think just by being women in music, and it gives them a place where they feel safe and they can actually have a voice. And it's not us telling you that you have to play it like this or you have to do it. Oh, you're good for a man or woman kind of bullshit. We don't do it like that. Everybody is equal, and music is the great leveler. There is no difference. And it's truly a wonderful thing to be a part of, and there's nothing like it anywhere in the world. And I know that you mentioned the School of Rock or whatever they are. That's actually an LLC, and I know that they spread their things out over months at a time. Where ours, that 5-day period, technically by the time we put the bands together on Monday, and they get 2 dress rehearsals on Friday, they're really only given 3.5 days to learn 3 songs and perform them. And so it's very, very condensed, very, very much like we're throwing you in. And I got to be honest with you, I can't count the number of times on one hand that the bands have not come through, or they've had to do 2 songs instead of 3. It's really pretty rare. And that's a testament, I think, more to our teachers and our children and practicing and giving them a program that keeps them engaged. If you grow up listening to Green Day, or you're into Black Sabbath, and then you try to join traditional band and you're doing these horn songs or songs that you're just not really feeling, you'll drift out. But if you're doing something you genuinely love as a young person, you're gonna be like, oh man, because that's what got me out of jazz band in high school. And I was like, man, I don't want to learn these songs. I wanted to learn, I wanted to learn, I want to learn Metallica and Misfits and all those things. And it wasn't an option for me. And so now I'm just trying to make sure that I have the ability to let young people steer the ship while dad drinks beers on the back of the boat.
And that's one of the important things I think too of. I see band stuff like this similar to sports. Not everybody is cut out to be the quarterback or the point guard, or the front man of a band, but everyone's got something they can contribute. And then once you figure that part out, if you can accept, if your ego is in check enough that you can accept the fact that, hey, okay, I'm not the lead guy, I'm not singing all the lead vocals, but I can sing backup and I can play bass, or I can hit the cowbell, whatever it is that I'm contributing to the sound of the band, you become part of something, and you feel some sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, a lot of our children, for them, many of them, most of them, it's the first time ever playing a song all the way through, let alone learning how to compromise and play with others. And when you mentioned some children are meant to be lead singers, some children are meant to do production, some children are meant to be bass players. Not always that confidence that it takes to be a lead singer is something that being a public speaker is something that many people don't naturally possess, and you have to sort of instill that confidence, and you have to get them comfortable on stage, and many of them have never stood on stage. 3 years ago, we had a child come to us, autistic, nonverbal. Jessica was warming his cookies up for lunch so he would eat something, and he was playing guitar, and very, very remote, was hardly even being involved in it. And we thought, well, he's here, let's give him the best time. We did, and he felt accepted by everybody. Well, fast forward to last year, and when registration rolled around, he was signed up to be a lead singer. So Jessica called and said, his parents said, hey, is there a misprint here on the registration? This seems a little, he's nonverbal. And they're like, no, he wants to be a lead singer. And lo and behold, at the Hard Rock in the winter, he literally got on stage and sang a Linkin Park song and sang all 3 songs. And I'm telling you, there was not a teacher there that didn't have just tears in their eyes and just a sense of accomplishment and proud. And his father, a big mountain of a man with this big beard and just comes up and just gives Tony this biggest hug. And it's funny because Tony wasn't even his instructor, but that's the kind of community that we've put together. And we all genuinely care about the growth and the well-being and the safety of every single child that comes through.
Nice. Well, I see on the website here that the deadline to apply for this next thing was March 1st.
That's for scholarships.
Scholarships
are open. Actual enrollment opens April 1st here. So right now you can scholarship. I think last year 38% of our children came on scholarships. I probably shouldn't say this, but we make it a point to never turn a child away.
Yeah.
If you've shown an interest in music, I'll take it out of my own paycheck if I need to.
Yeah.
It is important that every single child that needs that help gets access to music. It's extremely important for us.
There's a ton of people on this website too that apparently make this all happen for you guys.
There is, and many of those are some of the older students, but many of those students, our teachers that you see, were students themselves. Jessica herself was a student. So Matt Zito, Martin Bernstein. So our goal has always been to mentor young people, to teach them how to be teachers themselves, to pay it forward. And the goal there is to keep it young, to keep it children teaching children, so that it's not just a bunch of old white gray-haired dudes teaching music. And at some point we'll have to age out of this, but until then we're going to continue to kind of keep doing it as we do it, and it seems to be extremely successful. We're in talks to syndicate in Madison, Wisconsin. Everything seems to be picking up steam, and I think it's really a testament to we have one common rule amongst all of the adults in the room is no assholes. There's no assholes allowed.
There you go.
And we do that because our children are dealing in such a high pressure chaos situation that it's very important that we as adults be a center of calm and in that storm that's swirling around them, because on Mondays they are extremely stressed out and they have to learn to compromise, and there's just a lot of difficulties for young people, and especially some of them with behavioral issues or with learning disabilities or things of that nature. So it's important that we are always the centered, calm, point in that, a port for them. And in doing so, it's created this wonderful sense of community. And the instructors that I work with are just some of the most remarkable, talented, kind, patient, loving people. And, and Jessica, our camp director, as a matter of fact, last night at the Rockford Area Arts Council Awards, Jessica won Instructor of the Year.
Oh, cool.
She really is a remarkable,
Jessica.
camp director, and she is an absolute joy to run this with. And since she has taken over with me, the camp has grown exponentially, and that's a testament to her and her abilities and passion.
That's cool. Rock and Roll Institute right here in Rockford, Illinois. Start a band on Monday, play a show on Friday. This is amazing. This is very cool. Are you still seeking instructors or volunteers, or is there any way that other people can still plug into this and be a part?
Always. We are always looking for volunteers. We are always looking for help. We are always looking for instructors. We are always looking to grow. We have a tent that we have built, and we would like anybody that understands the sacred gift and the power and the joys of being a musician, of music itself. I always say that the music is so you're harnessing sound waves to manipulate people's emotions. It's a very, very sacred gift. It's the closest I think that human beings have to harnessing the voice of the divine, of something larger than yourself. And so that gift is extremely sacred to us. And we make sure that as we pay that forward and we pass it on, that all of our teachers kind of come from that same sort of belief. You know, it isn't about you; it's about something larger than yourself. And so, yes, if you're asking anybody that wants to get involved, man, we get volunteers. We have obviously a pretty active board. We're always looking for board members. We're Matt Zito. There's a guy. He was one of our one of our students at one point. He was one of my first students when I was younger. Now he's one of our teachers. So we are always looking for good quality human beings to come help us in any way, shape, and form. It's the tent is huge. Let's help. We make it bigger if we can.
Tom, this is a more extreme version of what I'm hoping our mass karaoke trivia contest turns into. You know, the idea of being on stage, because our big hairy audacious goal for the mass karaoke trivia contest is to someday perform it at the Coronado Theater. We'd love to have a contest with 12 teams on the stage playing trivia, and each of those teams doing their karaoke on the stage in front of 1,000 to 2,000 people, and the celebrity judges that are judging them and giving them scores on the stage at Coronado Theater. And this is, I mean, hard rock. I mean, come on, man. This is incredible. This is so much fun.
It is. There's not much in my life I'm proud of, but I am deeply proud of this program. I really, truly am.
Absolutely. I imagine how now you've been doing this several times enough. One more question, Tom, before you let. Yeah. You've been doing this long enough now. I bet your youth have come up with a few songs that have been like, hey, this has got real potential. This could be a hit song on the radio. Has there been a few that have stuck out that are like, oh gosh, I hope this goes somewhere?
Well, unfortunately, there's one of the things most of our kids do are mostly covers because of the condensed time frame. We do have a songwriting class opening. It's actually enrollment open this morning for it, starting on April 13th on Monday nights, with the hope that we can. It's a 6-week course, 2 hours on Monday nights, and the hope that we can demo those 3 songs and then transfer those 3 songs on the summer into bands that want to do original music, because I'm an original musician. I'm not a cover musician myself. And so that's kind of always been a blind spot. But it's a lot of times, you know, when young musicians, you have to learn how, even orchestras are cover bands, you have to learn how to cut your teeth on other people's music. I'm always kind of the hope that, you know, you start off learning a couple of cover songs, but you'll take those building blocks and those Legos and go make something of your own, throw the directions away and go make your own music. But yeah, there are certain bands. We've had Dingo, we've had Bloom. Matt Zito is in a band, Lala Blue. So there are quite a few of our young musicians who have went off into have careers as original musicians. So yeah, it's been pretty successful in that aspect too.
Cool. Well, all right, you had something, Tom. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe instead of shooting for the Coronado, we should shoot for the Hard Rock.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm open.
How long would you guys need? You can do it as an opener before us.
No, well, that's it. Our contest is about a 2.5 hour contest and show. It's basically we're turning it into a show so that the audience, people want to be in the audience because you can play the trivia vicariously, which is kind of fun to do anyway, and have snacks and drinks and whatnot and hang out.
Well, you can actually win prizes too if you're in the audience. You'll get trivia questions if you're called upon. We
give everybody in the audience raffle tickets so they get a chance to be randomly pulled out of the audience to sing a karaoke or take a trivia. Which, by the way, pick a number from 1 to 6. I got some of our packs ready to go for the audience. Pick a number 1 to 6.
4. Always 4. 4 is always the answer.
Okay. And envelope number 4. Let's see if I can put this on a screen. That might make a little bit more. There we go. And envelope number 4 for our audience prizes this time has some stuff in it, including it's got a gift card for Landscape Connection, $25 to spend at which is great for the spring, right? This one has a free Victory pickleball racket, which, by the way, I got that sitting right here. Look at this cool.
It's a great way to tear an Achilles.
Man.
Looking to tear an ACL.
Yeah, there you go.
These are like $30-$40 worth right here. This one also has a free oil change at World Class Motors, thanks to Pat Phelps out at World Class, buddy.
Everybody needs your oil change.
Appreciate him a ton. And then it also has a gift certificate for a free massage. We got the massage therapist Magic Fingers, Tanya Wallace. She's got a free massage in this package. So this is a $150 package that we're going to be giving away to somebody on March 19th. So we got
give them question number 4.
Give him question number 4. I don't know what that's going to be yet. I haven't figured that one out yet. But anyway, is your affiliation with Hard Rock something that's kind of already kind of long-standing? Is it in place to do this for years ahead of time, or is this kind of a year-by-year basis with those guys?
I think it's right now. It's year by year. They've been very accommodating and very kind to us. It's a beautiful venue, beautiful room. We mostly we have been doing most of our shows at the district downtown. And I got to say, the staff and Billy and Justin at the district are just absolute saints. They treat our children and they make room for us, and it has just been a wonderful fit for us. The reason that we've kind of had to kind of go over to other venues is that we've keep outselling the district. It holds 600 people, and that sells out. There was 944 tickets sold at the Hard Rock. So we've kind of reached this spot where there is no medium-sized venue in Rockford. There's not a 800,000 person venue. It goes from 600 to 1,500, and so there is no sweet spot. There's no 1,000-seater, and so that's kind of got us why we approached the Hard Rock and asked, and they were very accommodating and zeroed the room and took care of our staff and our children, and we're just have been really Gino and Stephen Pactow have been absolutely just generous, and Lori, everybody over there have been wonderful with their time and their assets.
Yeah, Starlight Theater seats about 880, I think, like that. So if you're a summer event, but then of course they got their shows all summer long, so it's
we talked to Starlight, and the Starlight obviously does, and even like the band shell there because is outside, and we have these outside issues that the weather with climate change and everything has been very tough to kind of accommodate. And then with production, all those lights and all those things those are all done by children, all those graphics. So it's important that we have a room that's blacked out so that with the production children can do their job correctly too, because we're trying to train the production people to have jobs in the entertainment industry, to join the union and work their way up right out of high school into the work field.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes total sense.
All right, Stu, before you go, you picked the number 1 through 4. I'm going to give you question number 4 from a random quiz. You ready? All right, here we go. It's a sports question. You being a sports guy, you probably get it. The Borg Warner Trophy is awarded to the winner of which race? Is it the Indianapolis 500 or the Daytona 500?
What?
Borg.
Okay, once again, the Borg Warner, no relation to me. Borg Warner Trophy is awarded to the winner. Wow, of which race?
Of which race?
Indy 500 or the Daytona 500?
Which race? I don't know. There's like the Hispanic race. I don't know. I have no idea. I know nothing about cars.
The Indianapolis 500 or the Daytona 500? One of those two.
The Rockford Speedway, Daytona 500. I have no idea. Zero.
Let's go Indianapolis.
He gave me this question like a month ago, and I already forgot the answer. I couldn't have.
I have no idea. That's how little I care about cars that go around and around.
I know, right? Well, check out Rock and Roll Institute on YouTube if you want to check out more of these videos. There's some really cool stuff on here. The Bikini Bottom Super Band. Look at this guy shred.
The kids pick their names. We don't, we have nothing to go in that. We had one band last year that was called Gaytoven. I thought that was a pretty good one. So we always get it. They're really, I think when you allow a child to be creative and you allow them to, did you let them kind of steer the ship? That you come up with some. I think too often we hammer out that uniqueness and that genius that's in children, and we, instill this sort of they have to fit in these molds and these boxes, and we don't do that there. Your child is allowed to be the child, the unique genius that is already inside of them.
That's awesome. Well, you're doing good work, Stu. Keep it up and keep building these kids up. All right, man.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for coming on, and we'll keep up. We'll have to have you on and talk some sports sometime, maybe in the fall when the football season gets underway.
Send me a link anytime. I'll join you guys anytime.
All right. Thank you, buddy. You have a good rest of the weekend.
I appreciate you both. Thanks.
Let's switch gears and bring on Amy Chatfield from Advice Marketing. Rock on, Amy.
Hello. I just got to say,
Hello.
As a mom to one of those outsider kids, I can't speak highly enough about Rock and Roll Institute. My kid he had a sponsorship one year to do that. And everything that Stu said is absolutely true. It's an incredible program. And even if you do not have kids, if you get an opportunity to go to one of those shows, it's just such a blast.
Go and check it out. Experience it.
It's cool.
Support it. buy a ticket and go. So
I'm for anything that gets a kid out of his shell. I grew up as really a picked on kid, crossed eyes. I just picked on, like a lot of kids. And I would have loved an opportunity to do something like this. The only problem is there's only two things I can play: the radio and CDs, and that's it. So I wouldn't be able to actually. I really do believe that I could be a drummer because I have some natural rhythm to me.
You got some rhythm.
So I might take drumming lessons one day.
Give that boy a percussion instrument, all right? Set him up.
Tambourine.
Yeah, but I got a torn rotator cuff now. I'm out of the game for a little while.
You can do that left-handed. Come on.
Yeah, I was air drumming an Aerosmith song one time, and I lost my stick. I had to switch to a Def Leppard song. Yeah. Anyway.
All right, Amy, we need to learn a little bit about you. Are you a native Rockfordian? Did you grow up here in the 815 or somewhere else?
I am. I sure did. Born and bred.
So which high school?
I went to East, Rockford East, home of the E-Rabs, baby. Let's make fun of that. You got.
Let's make fun of that.
Oh yeah, you know what it means, right?
It means East, red and black.
East, red and black.
I know. How unoriginal.
I know. Way back in,
but it is
so long ago. It's been that way for decades.
It's unoriginally original, though. We think about it. How many schools?
Well, it is.
How many schools in the United States have that as a mascot, or what? You know, there's got to be the only one, right?
It's got to be.
You know, the funny thing is, Rockford High School, which was the high school before East and Westford built in 1940, I believe they were the Rockford Rabs, red and black, because that's what their colors were. I'm pretty sure that's how the E-Rabs, East, red and black, came about. I read that because I was doing some Rockford trivia.
Fun bit right there. Fun fact.
So post high school, what'd you do after high school that led you to where you are today?
Oh man, my journey's been like so not standard, I would say. Like post high school, I went straight into cosmetology school. I was a hairstylist for about 10 years. I even went on to become an educator. So I did a lot of teaching other people how to do the hair and hair coloring and hair cutting craft. And then I went on to work for MAC Cosmetics, doing professional makeup. From there, I did some platform work and whatnot. And, you know, I just kind of hit a fork in the road. I'm a single mom. I was working these crazy retail hours. I really felt like there could be a different way to like live my life. And I was like, let me investigate this 9-to-5 situation and see if that would work. And with a lot of encouragement from my mom, who, you know, I'm sure we'll talk about at some point, who started the company Advice Marketing. But she really encouraged me to get into marketing and sales. And then I just started distributing resumes, and I got lucky enough to be brought on by Midwest Family Broadcasting. So I spent a couple years in local radio, which was an absolute blast. And that was really my start into the world of marketing. And I think it's interesting because although hairstyling and makeup might sound like they're a completely different world, ultimately, that was all like, hey, somebody has a problem or they're having an issue. They feel a type of way. They need somebody to come in and strategize with them to help them fix it, execute, and teach them what to do moving forward. And that's exactly what I do today, just with a different medium.
Yeah.
Let's deviate for 1 second. Greg and I come from radio as well. We were at Town Square Media.
Yeah.
I worked for Midwest, but it was Maverick. Well, no, it was Radio Works before that.
Yep.
Yeah, with Bob Ray, Dave McNally, Dave McCallie. What station were you on? Or were you on like sales or something?
I was on the sales end of things. I was on air a couple of times. Like they used my voice for some things on one of the stations. Okay. But I'm not an on-air girly. I was absolutely in the sales and consulting end of things.
Well, that's so cool.
Baby.
I was there for about 2 years after they did some cutbacks. It had nothing to do with me. They did cutbacks at ROK where I was back in '96. So then I went across the city to Maverick to Radio Works.
Yep.
And then I came back to Town Square now in 2007.
Yeah,
then it was Cumulus or Connoisseur or something like that, and then it became Town Square. Anyway, all right, sorry about that. I just wanted to know that's so cool.
Yeah.
Love
It
my
gives
time
you a
there.
good, well-rounded experience too. I mean, it's one thing to know how to design a billboard and make advertising that way, and how that might translate to online
Yes.
sales and stuff like that. But the TV and the radio side of things is a really different animal. So having some experience there really makes you a valuable resource to your clients, I bet.
Yeah, I think what was so important for me on the radio end of things too is it taught me that I really I love radio. I think radio is a very powerful medium, but as I started to scratch the surface even more, I wanted a lot more tools in my tool belt. I really wanted, right? So when you're creating radio schedules for different campaigns and things like that, that's just one slice of all of these elements to help kind of build an event or build a brand. And man, I was so grateful for the opportunity to come work for Advice, because it gave me essentially equipped me with those tools to just be more holistic.
Yeah. And that's really important now. And now, of course, the internet age takes over, and now you got all these other options that are so crazy. I want to bring up your website here real quick so people can see just how amazing this thing is.
Well, thank you.
You say your mom started this company. Is that what you're telling me?
She did. She started Advice Marketing in a spare bedroom in 2013.
Love it.
And now we are a team of 6 in an office suite. We have a social media department, a digital department, and websites and SEO. So I'm really proud of her and very grateful again that she saw some talent and ability in me that thought, hey, I think that, it'd be a great idea to work with my daughter and bring her in on this. And I got to help her build it. So it's been really cool.
Well, she must have saw something in you, because she's basically handed you the keys to the cabin.
She has. Yeah.
She's taken over in the last, what's it been, a couple years now?
Yeah, she retired at the end of 2024. So last year was kind of my first year, with full reins. I kind of felt a little bit like a baby, obviously I'd been there for a long time, but you get into a new position and you just have a greater understanding of kind of, what's at hand. And so I'm really excited for my second year now behind the helm, and really excited for what's to come for our team.
Well, you've had some leadership experience in teaching. You did teach in the cosmetology sector there. So this isn't completely new to you as far as being in a leading role. Yeah,
absolutely. And I really think too, for my position, right? I have such a talented team. I'm in operations, I'm on the sales side, but it's just really such a blessing to be able to develop something or an idea and hand it off to really capable, talented people that can execute it proficiently, and they care about it. They care deeply about the success of our clients. So I'm just incredibly grateful for the team that we have. They're just a bunch of rock stars, man.
That's cool. That's cool. So yeah, I guess maybe if somebody is looking to grow their business and they don't want to do their marketing on their own, they need someone like you to step in and help them. What's a good case study? What's a good, I guess, without naming a company, maybe a recent company that came your way that said, hey, we're at this point where we're ready to grow, but how do we get more clients? What do we do? What is the first step?
Oh man. Okay. Without giving away clients, great case study. A few years ago now, we started working with a brand out in the suburbs. They had for the previous decade been working with a digital marketing company that specialized in those types of services. The client was feeling a little frustrated, or the needle wasn't really moving forward, or that they really didn't totally understand all of the elements of their marketing, what they were paying for. And they decided to bring us in. So what I found to be really exciting was that we did a lot of things for them. One thing we did was bring them through a brand narrative process to clarify their message, so we could get really direct on who we were talking to and how we were talking about the business and those services. That then translated into updating their website and redesigning it, so that there was, all that clarity carried through the brand. That then translated and carried through into all of their digital assets, and their PPC campaigns. And so one thing that I'm really proud of is that in 2024, we had $1.4 million of attributed revenue just from our paid ads that we were running. And we don't know what the previous agency was able to get them in ROI because it was never being tracked.
Right.
Now in 2025, when we closed the books in 2025, we actually increased that to 2.5 million in attributed revenue. So I'm very excited about the fact that we were able to integrate completely with that team, help them with everything from the brand messaging to the website to the design, and then implementing a digital strategy that we can show is actually bringing that brand value in dollars.
That's so important. Yeah, you've got to measure stuff. If you're not doing things, you're really not knowing what the return on investments out.
And it's so hard too, because there are some things that don't have a direct tie return on investment. So for example, like if there are any smaller businesses listening and you want to know what's one of the most important things you can do for yourself foundationally, that's outside of like networking, coming and being on podcasts, right? Like leaning in with your community, it really does come down to your website. That's your digital front door, and where people are going to go find you, legitimacy, all of the information that they need from you. So I think it is, website bits are really important. However, that's one of those things that like, it doesn't always show a return right away. Building a website is like building a car, but then you have to put gas in it so that it can drive, right? So I think, number one, always making sure that website is up to date and that it looks as good as it can look, and taking the next steps to drive traffic to it.
And that's so important today. That's so important. The website is, there is no yellow pages anymore, right? So this is where you need to be.
Yeah.
And it's hard. You can, some businesses maybe can get away with some generic things, but it's to set yourself apart, to have something that says you, like like the Advice Marketing logo. I mean, look at the Advice Marketing logo. That screams originality. That's, that didn't come out of just choosing a font. You know what I'm saying?
No, that was not AI generated. That was a real human being did that.
Yeah, and it's really cool. It reminds me in some ways of like the Milwaukee Brewers logo. It's like, there's something there that I don't see until I see it. And then once I seen it, now I can't unsee it.
And that one is such a no-brainer. The baseball glove with the ball in it.
Oh, I hate it when they strayed away from that. That made me so mad.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And the most iconic logo in my history.
And while we were going through that process, we thought, like light bulbs, chat boxes, chat bubbles, like there's so many different icons. And we just went with a font-driven logo, turned the letters into the icon. Like, let's keep it simple. And we shorthand ourselves all the time. We call ourselves AVM.
And in case you haven't seen it, in case you're still wondering what I'm talking about, look at the squiggly red line in the A and the V. It's an M. It's an M. It's Advice Marketing.
We're threading it all together. Marketing together.
It's awesome.
That's so cool. And Amy, you said something a little while ago. You said it's not AI, it's human.
Yeah.
When we have to qualify that, oh no, this is a human, something's wrong. Something's wrong with life. I mean, my goodness. Can we just get back to human voices? No more voicemail, no more AI, no more this, no more that.
It's a whole new world. Get used to it.
Look at that. Go back down. Go back up. Whatever. That right there, pardon me for saying this, it is $1 million smile. I mean, it is. It is. Absolutely. You light up a room. That is so cool.
To brag on your team a little bit here, Amy, tell us about these wonderful ladies and why aren't there any guys in this picture? Come on.
Well, everybody always says that. They're like, what do you do? Do you not hire men? We absolutely do hire men. We've had men work with us before. Yep. It just so happened that typically when we're receiving applications and resumes from folks, it's predominantly women. Like our pool to choose from, and not to say, I don't know. We get more women that come through our door, seeking roles. Would love to hire some men at some point in time again. But yeah, right now it's a group of kick-ass ladies. Again, Lisa, the founder, who is now retired, she's absolutely incredible. And just built, blood, sweat, and tears building this. And I'm so grateful for her giving me the opportunity. Then we've got Christina Wales. Christina is like, man, she's my right hand. She's been with the brand for also about 7 years now. She is a graduate from Judson. She has a bachelor's in digital marketing. Just brilliant. She's incredibly strategic. She single-handedly manages and runs all those campaigns. So when we're talking about optimizing those campaigns to do something like bring a client $2.5 million in closed revenue from ads, that's Christina Wales behind the scene, pulling those strings. And then we've got Maureen Cady, who is our meta expert. She makes sure that all of our ad campaigns are running appropriately, that they're getting on meta specifically, and that all that content is aligned. She also makes sure that all of our dashboards that plug in our customer data for reporting is where it needs to be. We've got Sam, who's a designer. She's fantastic. Andy, copywriter. She's incredible. She does most of our, blogs, emailing, things like that. She's going for her master's degree. So she's got a bachelor's degree in journalism. She's going for her master's degree right now. Chloe Zuberbuehler, Swiss Army knife of a person right there. I call her full stack. She is a copywriter. She is a designer. She is a strategist, and she is a developer. She's power hitter, right? Like incredible, and really helps thread the needle and pull all this together for us. And then we've got Sydney Larson, who does what I do. She's a consultant. So she essentially serves as a bridge between our clients and our team, making sure that everybody has the information that they need, that all those T's are crossed and I's are dotted. And then we have Patty, who is our accountant. She does all of our billing and AR, and we joke and call her HR. She's HR.
I know I've met a few of these ladies, and Sydney, I can tell you, is an up and coming leader in this community. She's
incredible. She's absolutely incredible. She scares me a little, and I like that about her.
Exactly. Just, when you're that bright and you can still kind of conceal it in a way, it's something special.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. She's incredibly talented and incredibly smart and just so driven. Very grateful to have her on the team too. Like I said, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do what we're doing without these ladies.
Well, if there's something that you wanted to highlight today on our talk, is there something that you would like me to click on this website, or anything specific that you wanted to make sure we talked about today before we let you go about your weekend? And before, as you're thinking about that, I just want to remind people that our Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest, March 19th, includes a $1,000 karaoke winning prize. So the winning team that doesn't win the grand prize, the highest scoring karaoke with our celebrity judges that doesn't win the grand prize still wins. They win $1,000 thanks to Advice Marketing. And thanks to Lisa and you for jumping on and catching the vision of this. And Lisa's been a great inspiration to help me champion this towards the big goals that we have for it. So thanks to your mom for that.
Absolutely. I would like to say that if folks have not been to Mass Trivia or participated in that, you absolutely should. We've been at all of them since their inception, and just what an absolute blast. Completely original concept, fantastic idea. It is so cool to see all of these, nonprofits having a shot, right? Like usually it's an individual event that's put on by one nonprofit, but I think what you guys are doing is really incredibly cool, and we're grateful to be a part of it.
We're very, very happy to be partnered with you guys. And Lisa was the first of about a half a dozen people that came up to me after that first event and said, Greg, I didn't catch the vision for this at first. I kind of came here out of faith, thinking this might turn into something. Holy cow, this was fun. Holy cow, this was great. I want to be a part of this in the future. So that's, she's been, again, some of the gasoline that added to the spark of this thing to make it turn into a bigger thing. So
awesome.
Thank you.
That's her. Yeah.
This show is full of metaphors today. I love it.
I suppose for myself in closing, I would just say, marketing can be really super complicated. Good news, it's not life or death, right?
Right.
News, there's a lot of different ways to find a great end result and to reach your goal. I would just kind of pitch that, like, if you're feeling overwhelmed with it, and if you're feeling like, man, I can't keep doing this by myself, you really don't have to. I've got a full team, and not just my team, right? But plugging for other marketing agencies here in Rockford. Like, we've got a lot of talent in this market, a lot of competence and capability. So whatever company or partner you choose, I think it's really important that you're aligned philosophically on how you want to run your businesses, how you communicate with each other, what it is you want to accomplish for your client. And I think just finding a partner that's going to be able to fill those gaps for you and take the stuff off your plate, man. If you're, running a business and building a team, or let's say you've been around for a long time, but you're like, I feel like I can't get these couple of gears to click in together. That's what we're here for. We're essentially fractional chief marketing officers. We can come in and look at what's happening right now in your business and then create a strategy for you moving forward. And if you'd like us to help you execute, we can do that as well. So we're just here to do good business with great people and try to get phenomenal results and have fun while we're doing it.
Love it. Love it. Love it. That's one of those buzzwords right now that's totally making sense. The whole fractional thing. Your business is, some people will always be in their business. They will always, because that's just who they are, and they will always be in their business. But there are those who want to be on their business, about their business, and other people doing the inside work.
Yeah.
And for those folks, it's finding the right puzzle pieces to make it all sing.
Yeah. And it's 50-50 for us. We've got some businesses that, like, we are the marketing department.
Yeah.
Awesome, fine, we can do that. But we also have a number of partners that have a marketing department already, that have a marketing coordinator or marketing manager. But again, it's nice to have some outside help that can help fill those gaps, and that isn't as closely connected to the internal workings, I don't want to say like the politics or whatever, but like really sometimes you do need somebody who's separate from your business to come in and look at it objectively. And that's really what we're able to help do.
One of my favorite metaphors about advertising is most people that want to advertise their business need to realize they're inside the bottle and they don't see the label.
Yes.
Outside the bottle of your business so you can see the label. And that's where someone like Advice Marketing can go, here's what I'm seeing and what the consumer's seeing and why your message isn't breaking through. You're saying this, but you're meaning this. Let's make sure the meaning and the saying are the same thing.
Exactly. Yes. Bingo.
It's a challenge. It's a challenge. So, well, ad-vicemarketing.com, I should say, is the website if you want to check out more and what Amy has for the businesses here in the 815, and even in you're saying you got businesses out
all over the place. We got some out in the suburbs. There was a time before COVID where we had a brand in Australia that had partners in China, and then we had a brand in Costa Rica that we were working with. But it was tourism based. 2020 happened, and we were like, okay, we're gonna press pause there. But
yeah, that's 2020 happened. That's why we're doing the podcast instead of being at the radio station.
Virtually. But yeah, because we're digital, and most of my team is remote. We all live in this area, in this market, but we don't all go into an office every day. So I can work with anyone, anywhere.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you on March 19th at the contest. We'll see how that all pans out. Bring your big check, because someone's going to win $1,000 for you guys.
Exactly.
And I'm looking forward
to giant cardboard check. I love that.
That's right. Well,
I've never been.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, I've never been part of an organization, an event where I saw the big, gigantic check. And when I saw it, I'm like, oh, wow, this is so cool. So, you see the golf tournaments, you see, Publishers Clearinghouse, they got the big, giant check. And I'd never seen one before. And it was cool. So, anyway, you were going to say, I'm sorry.
I was just going to thank you guys. So grateful for the opportunity to spend the morning with you guys. I think what you're doing is so cool. And thanks for thinking that we're cool enough to join you.
You are in with the crowd, Amy. Deal with it.
Right.
Yeah, that's right. We're here no matter what, whether you like it or not. So
I love it.
Well, you have a good rest of your weekend. We'll catch up with you soon. All right.
Thanks, you guys too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Big number of the week.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm not kidding about $1 Million Smile. My goodness. She does light up a room, doesn't she?
She's electric. She's electric.
She really
and her mom's
is. She's really cool. I can't wait to meet her on the 19th. That'd be cool.
Current score: Tom 1, Greg 2. Tom won the last race and handily, so maybe I can win this time. This week's big number of the week: 716.9 billion. Is it title or is it teeth? And
It could go either way.
you changed your answer after getting the right number, which is
I wasn't. I don't know. Something struck me. I don't know. I'm probably wrong. Probably should have kept what I had.
That's what you say when it happens. Let me tell you what happens though. Walmart has lost its title, its reign as America's biggest company by revenue. It held that title for 17 years, Tom. 17 years.
Wow.
Walmart was the title holder for America's biggest company. It lost that title to, that's another trivia question, right? Who's now the biggest company in America?
Oh, I'm hoping a title company.
Bigger than Walmart. What's bigger than Walmart? What sells more stuff?
Amazon.
Amazon posted 713.2 billion in sales for the most recent fiscal year. I should say Walmart was 713. Amazon was $716.9 billion. Tom's getting the point.
Good.
Just a little bit above Walmart, according to the Wall Street Journal, as America's biggest company.
Okay, so title then was they took the new title. They're the champions.
They're the champions.
I took it differently. I thought it was like a title company. And when I saw the 71.9 billion, I thought, I don't know. Title, if it's titles, like house deeds and this and that,
right.
The dental industry probably has more than that. And then they probably don't have. Anyway, that's why I changed it. So.
The teeth number this week has to do with the tooth fairy. The national average gift value for a single lost tooth in the last year. Can you guess how much kids are getting for teeth these days, Tom?
Oh, I'm guessing $25.
Well, that's what's bringing the number up, I guess. The national average was $5.84.
Oh,
a 17% increase from a year ago, according to Delta Dental's annual survey. For those who held on to their childhood teeth, that's kind of creepy. Was it a good investment? Well, tooth fairy payouts have increased 349% since the year 1998. So for the course of nearly 30 years, you'd have gained 349% of your.
What would be even more creepy is if they were the neighbor kid's teeth. This is Billy. He was throwing rocks at my garage. I have 4 of his teeth, doggone it.
Oh, that's just wrong. All right, so Tom's getting the point. We're tied at 2 now in our next race to 10. Want to give some quick shout outs. I already showed you some of what was in prize pack number 4 for our audience prize pack this time.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to some of the great folks who have contributed prizes in the Mass Karaoke Trivia Contest version 4.0 coming up here on March 19th. Thanks to Sassy Mac Boys, Vittori's Auto, Portillo's, Victory Pickleball, Barnstormers, World Class Motors, Landscape Connection, and Tanya Wallace Massage Therapy, all contributing prizes in the audience portion of the giveaways that we're going to be doing on March 19th at Tabala. And we do still have a few half-price tickets left. We set aside a certain number. We didn't put a deadline date on the half-price tickets. We put a certain number on those tickets. So the first X number of tickets sold gets them for half price, and after that it goes up to $20. So right now you can still get tickets for $10 for the March 19th event at Tabala Event Center, and it's going to be a lot of fun. When you buy your ticket on the link that is on Facebook, in fact, I can put this in the chat here too. When you buy your ticket,
Uh-oh. Greg is frozen once again. I love that pose. Anyway, we'll just wait it out. Anyway, what he's talking about is the In-Crowd 815 Trivia Karaoke Contest. It is going to be fun. It is going to be incredible. We've done it 3 times now. This will be number 4, and we haven't disappointed yet. The interesting thing about it is it keeps growing. It keeps moving upward. and onward. And who knows, at some point we may be handing out
Now
10,000.
we're back. There we go.
There we go. I've been rambling on. I was talking Packer football. No, I was talking about the In-Crowd 815
Well,
trivia karaoke contest.
I'm hoping that the message gets across that when you buy your ticket, there's a place where you can select which not-for-profit you're going there to support. So I'm trying to get the link here for it. Version 4.0. There we go. Let me go get the ticket link and put that in we're using an outfit called Ticket Bud, which seems to be a pretty good service. It's been doing all right for us. And the fees are low. We're actually eating the fees on the tickets. So you're actually paying $10 for the ticket. We're covering the fees and the cost for the ticket service itself. So there's no hidden fees when you get there to buy your ticket. We're not asking you to cover that. However, I will say this, there is an option. You'll appreciate this, Tom. There is an option on the ticket site to buy a VIP supporter ticket. It's called the In-Crowd 815 VIP Generosity Ticket. And if you want to buy one of those, it's $100. And you'll get a handshake and a smile and even a hug if you wish. We're going to thank you so much for supporting us. We set aside some of those tickets as well too. So if you're really feeling generous, you can buy one of those. But
I can be the chief hugger.
That's right.
You know I love to give hugs.
All right, let me see. Where's the share site here? Preview, view live. And I hope this works. Someone will have to test this for me and see if it actually works. Boom. Ticket Bud events. This should be the link in the chat. You're not going to want to jot this down, obviously, because it's a goofy link, but it should be something you can click on in the chat. And as of right now, there are 30 half-price tickets left. So once those 30 half-price tickets are gone, the tickets goes up to $20 a piece instead of 10. If you do want to make a donation to the event, donations to cover the In-Crowd 815 are not tax deductible. We are, oddly enough, not a nonprofit, but we do support Rockford area not-for-profits and the businesses that support them with our show, our networking events, and special events like this one. So hopefully you can join us on March 19th. And
I will be there.
Tom will be there. Tom will be dishing the trivia.
That's right. Already working on it. I should have the questions written by today or tomorrow. That's the goal, so that I can focus on some other things, because I get a crazy busy week. In fact, you and I will have 2 trivia events, karaoke trivia, and then we'll have my church trivia that we do, the fundraiser.
That's right. It's a busy March.
Yeah.
Cass, by the way, MasterCard makes the most profit. She's probably not wrong. Thanks for that, Cass. And Christy check the link. Look at that. The link works. Thank you, sexy woman. Love you. All right.
Well, I won't go that far. She's your wife, but I will say she's an incredible person. I absolutely adore her. She is so cool. Man.
I know how. I know how. Don't.
No. What I was going to say is, she's like the perfect woman because she's the perfect woman for you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know if she'd be the perfect woman for anyone else, but for you, she's the perfect woman. I see how you guys get along. I see how you complement one another. It's amazing. I think the world of her, and I, of course, think the world of you as well.
I'm
not buttering you up for any reason.
you got to become that person before you can think about finding that person, I guess is what I want to say there. If I had to guess, as well as I know you, I think I've heard you say this before, I think she kind of helped right your ship when you guys got married. Mm-hmm.
That's just, not speaking out of school. I think you and I have had enough conversations, and that's pretty cool. That is the way it's supposed to work. And I'm guessing that maybe you've taught her a few things and kind of helped her get over some stuff. I don't know. That's true, but
I hope. I know it's not all completely one-sided,
Yeah,
In
it
crowd
never is. It never is. All right.
No,
So I
it's
know
not.
you need to get out of here, but if we could do 5 minutes off the air, I got some other stuff
Okay.
non-related to anything. That would be cool.
I do want to bring up the website real quick, incrowd815.com. If you haven't visited it yet, check it out. I think Saunders Media has done a really good job on this. That's my son's company, not mine. Saunders Media has put together this great website that shows off, what we're doing with the networking group. Which, by the way, Jacob's picture popped up. If you haven't seen what Rockford Buzz did in the last week or two, you're not a social media guy, so you probably didn't see it. They've rebranded. They're doing some really cool big things. So cool to Jake and his team at Rock Buzz Media now instead of Rockford Buzz. Of course, the podcast that you're listening to right now. And if you want to support what we do have a Patreon page that you're welcome to jump on and support us this way. Again, donations to us are not tax deductible, but the expense of a podcast is still there. So any little help makes a difference in keeping us going. So, and then of course we do have, the events page. I wanted to bring up one more thing before I shut off the page and then I shut it off. There's an events page on here, which shows, every Saturday, the podcast. We just did the NAMI event, February 26th. Mask karaoke trivia contest is next on the docket. And our normal monthly networking event is the last Thursday this month at the Excel Center, sponsored by Gemini Solar. So we'll be there at the Excel Center on March 26th. Rockford Robotics coming up, and there's more events as well. So check it all out on incrowd815.com. And then the last shout out I had for today is that the polar plunge is taking place for the Special Olympics out at Rock Cut State Park today. It's a kind of a stormy, icky day today to be outside. Yeah. So I'm wishing them all the best. At least it's not.
But it is 60 degrees.
Yes.
It says 59 on my thing here. Let me check and see what my phone says.
I think they would say, game on. We're jumping in that lake as cold as it is. We're jumping in that lake supporting Special Olympics today. So kudos to Susan and to Pat and all the folks that are putting on the polar plunge today at Rock Cut.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to stay on afterwards and
a couple of minutes. Yeah. A couple of things I wanted to clarify, talk to you about.
Okay. Next week, Pegasus Special Riders and the Rockford Ravens Rugby. We're going to have 2 new not-for-profits on. I think this gets us to 110 for total number of not-for-profits that we've had on the podcast so far. Pegasus Special Rider Program and Rockford Ravens Rugby. We're learning about them next week. Remember, you change the world when you help one person. Be a blessing to someone this week. We'll try to do the same and meet you back here next week for another In Crowd 815 podcast. Thank you, Tom.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks to Karen and Amy. Have a good one.
815 In Crowd. 815 In Crowd. 815 In Crowd. 815